First of all, good evening everyone. My name is Ritesh and today in this video, we are just going to see that what is the meaning of the file handling in the C programming world. Okay, so in this video, we are just going to see that we are just going to discussing about that what is the meaning of the file handling concept in the C programming. Okay, so all these things we will discuss here and also we'll write the source code. Okay, so first let's see that what is the meaning of the all these things of the file handling. Okay, so let's start this video. So let's start. So here we can see that we are just going to the search that what is the meaning of the file handling in the C programming. Okay, so let's what is the file handling in C, short answer. So we are going to click here, then we will find out. So here we have the answer, that is what is the file handling in the C programming. So file handling refers to the method, that is a method, okay, that is a functionality of the C programming world. Okay, the method of storing the data in the C program. Okay, so this one is a method which is going to use the store the data in the file. Okay, so why we are going to the store the data in the file? So main reason is here, bro, because if you are going to the store the data at a time, what will be happen? All these things can be contains in the hard disk, on the hard disk. Okay, so we are going to store the data in the on the database. So that's why we must have the one file ID. So that's why we are going to create the file. Okay, so here we can see that the method of storing the data in the C program in the form of as an output or input that might have been generated while running a C program in a data file. Okay, so what is the meaning of all these things lines here? So this one is going to say that if you will, it will be create at the time of the C program running. Okay, so when we are going to the running our source code, so at that time, at the runtime, our file will be generate, our file will be create. Okay, so that's why we have to the and also we have to the created one file. Okay, so we will also store something there. Okay, so that is a binary file, means here we have the some examples that which file we can create inside C programming file handling concepts. So we can create the binary files, okay, or text files or future analysis and defense in the very program. So these types of the files we can create in our file handling concept in the C programming world. Okay, so let's see that what will be the source codes for all these things. So before that, I want to show you something. Okay, that something advanced about the C. No, means I want to show you something that is a file in file handling. Okay, so there are so many types of the functions. With the help of we are going to perform the operations there. Okay, so here you can see that we have the file open function. Here we have the one parenthesis, you can say, that is a small bracket will be there. Okay, so a small bracket if anywhere will be there, then that one will be called the functions, you can say. Okay, so here we have the fopen function. Okay, and then used to open an existing file or a new file. Okay, so we can create, we will use this function when we want to create a new file or existing file we want to open. So that time we can use the fopen method of open function. Okay, so after that printf is used to writing data into an available file. If we have one existing file and there we can write something, text states or binary numbers or binary things. Okay, so all these things, binary data, we can also do that. So printf will be there. Okay, so printf will be responsible for the writing some data in our file. Okay, and after that here we have the fscanf to read the data from our file. Okay, so this one is the use for that. We will see all these things. fputc is going to use for the put the one character at a time in the file. Okay, f stands for the file, put stands for the put. Okay, and c stands for the character. Okay, and then here we have the fgets, that is a file, get and character, means it will be a scan, it will be read one character at a time. Fclose means file is going to close here. Okay, when we are going to use the fclose function, then our file will be closed, and then we can also we can open our file in the different mode. Okay, so I want to say you something, that if you have to the open our file first at the first time in the read mode, then if you want to write something, then we can close the file and then we can again open, and then at that time we will, before the opening, we will use the fclose function and then we can open. Okay, so I hope that you have clarity what is the use of the fclose. And then after that we have the fseek function. So this one function is mainly used to the move to the cursor. Here we have the cursor one. Okay, so this one cursor is going to the move anywhere. Okay, so here and here and here. So also fseek is going to use for the fseek is used to the move the cursor desired positions, okay, index in our file. And here we have the fputw, that is it is also used for the writing something in our file, and because file put write. Okay, and here we have the file get write. Okay, so this one is going to the use also to the read the data from our file. Okay, and then here we can see that ftail function is nothing bro. That function is very interesting thing, that if we are going to the moving our cursor in our file at a time, this one will be very usable thing. Okay, so all these times we will use the ftail to get the cursor position. Where is our cursor is existing right now in file, we will see all these things with the help of the ftail. Okay, so I hope that you have clarity about this. Okay, and then after that we have the rewind function is bro. Rewind function is mainly used for the move the cursor at the 0 index in our file. Okay, so you can say that rewind is used to the starting index of our file, move to our cursor at the position of our starting index in our file. Okay, so this function is mainly using in our file handling concept in the C programming world. So now this time in this video we will only discuss about that how can we open the files and how can we write something, that is a fputs and fgets. All these things we will see in this video. Okay, so let's see how can we write the source code for the creating the file. Okay, so let's see. So we have to open the codeblocks IDE. That is a very interesting IDE, I think, because this is very important thing here. Yes, so here we have the one IDE, that is a, what is the meaning of the IDE? As you know that integrated development environment. Which one is the environment? Which one is going to the give one environment for us, for programmer, to writing some codes and execute. Okay, so here we have we are just going to the creating the file. So I am just writing that is a fopen. Okay, this one is the project name, and then we are going to the create the file, sorry for that, project, and then inside that project we have the file. That file is known as the main file, you can say. So that is the source file. Okay, so let's see that what's happening here. So here we can see that in the main function, in the main file, in the main source file, here we have the some default codes is available here. Okay, so this is the all this thing here. And then I want to say you something bro, that why we are going to use the file handling before the learning something, because if we want to store the data on our hard disk, in our database, then we must have the one file. Okay, without file we can't do anything, we can't store the data. So that's why we must have the one file. So that's why we are going to the creating the file. Okay, so also Linux, I think that you have something knowledge about the Linux. So there we are going to the create the files and etc. So on. So at that time what's happening there, C programming is there. Okay, so let's see that how can we create the files and all these things, how can we write the something, how can we open the file. Okay, so let's see. So I want to show you something in this video, that we will only discuss about that how can we create the file, one thing, that is we will create file. Okay, and then at the second point we will discuss that how can we open file. Okay, open file. And then the third point is the open. After open we are going to the writing something. Okay, writing. And then at the fourth time we will see that read something, read data. Okay, so let's see that how is it happening all these things in our C programming world, that is a file handling concept. Okay, so as you know that what is the meaning of the hash include, stdio.s and library.s, all these things, I think that you have clarity. And after all these things I want to save something. If you don't know about all these things, that is what is the hash include, then you can also go back in my video. Okay, that, and also you can see that I want to explore in the short way that what is the meaning of the hash include stdio.s. So this one is a header file, bro. These things are called the header files. These header files include a lot of the functions, fgets, and a lot of function is inside there. Okay, so all these functions have to the declared here. Also fscan, fprintf, fclose, and also printf, scanf, all these basic functions also inside this header file have to the declared. Okay, and inside this header file all these things have to the defined. Okay, that is a library, and this one is the input output header file only. Okay, so I hope that you have clarity all these things, that what is the meaning of the header files here. And then after that I want to show you something, that is here we have the one main function. Okay, so because as you know that compiler will come here firstly. Okay, so I want to say you something, bro, that as you know that what is the meaning of the pointer. So in the previous video I have to just say to you that what is the meaning of the pointer. So pointer is nothing but which one is going to the point the some address, one particular address, that one will be called the pointer. Okay, so also we have to the create one pointer, that is a pointer will be file types of the pointer, because that pointer is going to the store holding the address of the file. Okay, so we must have the file, that is a file pointer we must have. Okay, so this one is the syntax of the creating the file pointer, there is a file, and then fp we are going to the taking, that is a fp, that is a stands for the file pointer. Okay, and then here we have the file, and then pointer name, that is a that means as you know that if we are going to the create the integer types of the pointer, that means we are going to take that is a int, and then we are going to taking the pointer symbol is here, and then p1. Okay, so also this one is same as here, that is a file type of the pointer, and the pointer is name here. Okay, so this one is the syntax of the creating the file pointer. Okay, that is a file, is a keyword, you can say also. Okay, but this one is the syntax of the creating. Okay, the file pointer, file is a predefined here, that is a file, big file. Okay, and then fp is a file pointer name. Okay, and here we have the asterisk. Without asterisk nothing, bro. Okay, so we must have the pointer symbol. Okay, and then what we are going to do, we are just going to the create one file. Okay, so now this time in our project no any files here. Okay, so we must have to the create the file to the some storing the data some there. Okay, so I am just going to writing the source code for the storing something data there. Okay, so how can we do that? So I am just going to the taking one character of array of the character, that is I am just taking size, that is a 20, and then I am just going to the giving one message, that is a printf. Through the printf, that is a enter the file name, enter your file name. Okay, enter your file name, and then what's happening, bro, we can see that we have to the given already one message that enter your file name, so we must have to the scan. Okay, so we are just going to the scan the file name, so through the scan function, and then here we can see that we are going to handle the array of the character, that is called the string, so we have to the use the modulus s, and then what we will do, separate with the comma, and then the address of the our, sorry for that, here we have the one file name should be there, means name should be there for our name should be there. Okay, so file name is the our name of our character of the array of the character. Okay, so where we are going to the read the file name. So here I am just going to the give the file name, and then what will be happen, this one we have store the user file name. Okay, so desired file name will be here, and then what will be happen, after that we are going to create the file. Okay, so I am just going to, we have the file pointer is a fp. Okay, so what will be happen, fp is equal to, and then fopen. Fopen is nothing, bro. Fopen is the file open function. Okay, f means file, open means open, and function is the symbol is here, you can see. Okay, so this is the syntax of the creating the file, but here we have the one thing, that is a fp equal to fopen, and then here we have the file name, because file name is here. Okay, so whatever we will give the file name here, means I have to the give that is a read write. Okay, so I am just giving the write the string, that is a, that one is the here, and then it will be open the file here with the same name, that is the write.txt. default txt will be there. Okay, means I want to say you that default extension will be .txt. Okay, that is a notepad. Okay, so what will be happen here, we must have to the give the one mode. As you know that what is the meaning of the mode, there are mainly three types of the mode, you can say. There is the three type, that is the first one is the write something. We are going to the, why we are going to use the file handling for operation on the data. First one is the for the something writing, that is a w, and the r for the reading something, and third one that is a that is the appending. We are going to the operations, means we are going to do something updates. Okay, so that's why we are going to the use the append mode. So there are mainly three types, but you can also, we will also discuss about the read binary, that is a rb, r plus, that is a read and write. For the write and read we have the r plus. Okay, and the w plus is for the write and read. Okay, so these also modes is there here. Okay, so we are just going to the see that how can we write the source, how can we write the source code for the in our for the writing something in our file. Okay, so here we have to the created one file pointer, that is a fp, and then with the help of fp we have to the allocate one, we have to the create one file, that is a file name is will be given by the our user choice. Okay, and then we have to the choose the mode, that is a write mode. Okay, so we are going to the something writing here. Okay, and then what's happening here, we have to the given the mode as a write mode, so we will use the put s function, that is a put s. Okay, because we have to the use the mode, that is a w, that is a write mode, because we are going to writing something in our file, bro. So that's why we are going to use the fputs. Okay, and that is the syntax of the our, here we have the syntax, that is a, we can in the double quotes you can do anything, we can insert anything. Okay, so I am and I am. Okay, so anything, and the also numbers and the alphanumeric and etc. So on, all these things will be included, because as you know that characters, a collection of the characters is called the string, and the double quotes, all these things will be called a string. Okay, so after that we are going to the separate that, and then file pointer is inside file pointers is I am just going to the give the address of our, where we are going to the writing all these things, all these contents. So we have to the give the fp, that is the allocating something, allocating the one file. Okay, allocating means I want to say you something, bro, that is the fp1 is a file pointer, which one have to the pointed one file, that is a file name will be according to our user. Okay, and then we have to the see that we have to the return here something. Okay, and then what we have to the do, we have to the, I am just going to use the I am just going checking that exactly our file is existing or not. Okay, So if fp equal to null, that means our file is not existing. Okay, so we can give the one message that is through the printf function. Okay, so we can give the message that is your file is not, your file is not exist. Okay, and then if this condition will be fail, that time we have to the understand that our file have to the allocated. Okay, so here we have the else part, and inside that we have to the give the one message that printf, to the printf, that is your file have created. Okay, created and written successfully. Okay, so I hope that you have to the clarity that whatever we have to the done in this video. Okay, so we have to the mainly what we have to done in this video. So we have to the create one file, and inside that file what we have done, we have to the create one file through the fp pointer. Fp pointer is allocated, fp pointer is holding the address of our file, which one is going to the giving the file name through the our user. Okay, so user choice according to our user, and by default extension will be .txt, and then we have to the open, and then here we have the put the values here. Okay, so this is the syntax, bro. This one is the syntax. fputs is the syntax, and then inside this we have to the retain something in the string format, and then we can do that. Okay, so let's see that what's happening here. So we have to the compile and run at a time. So enter your file name. Our compilation is 100% successfully. Okay, so let's give the file name. So I'm just going to the giving the file name, that is a rs. Okay, so what will be happen, we are going to see rs and then enter. So here we have one message that your file has created and written successfully. Okay, so that means what, bro? We have to the given the conditions that if fp equal to null, that means our pointer is not allocating, our pointer is not containing any types of the addresses. So at that time we must have to the got it one message, then we will understand that what's happening problem in our program. Okay, so here we have to the giving one message that your file is not existing. Okay, and if our file is if our file pointer is holding the address of our given file. Okay, so at a time this one will give the one message that is your file have to be created and written successfully. Okay, so let's see that where our contents have to the written. Okay, so let's see. So our path is here of our project's creation, whatever we are going to create, all these things is storing here. Okay, so in the D, and inside D practice C, and then create pattern mp project. Where is that, bro? So sorry for that, I want to see that where is the path. Okay, so we can check project and then console application and then C. So here we can see that is a practice C++. Inside the practice C++ we have the path. Okay, this one path is there. So we are just going to see. So I am just choosing that project, that is a where is that project. So yes, here we have the practice C++. Okay, inside this folder we have the fopen was our project name. You can see here. Okay, you can see that here we have the fopen is our project name. Okay, so same as here we have the also created one fopen project. Okay, inside this project we have one file, that is a rs. Okay, so you can see that here we have the one file have to the created, and size is of our this file is 1 KB. That is a 1 KB means what, 1024 bytes is here. Okay, so means what, something have to the retain there. Okay, so by default I think that is not taking here. Okay, so let's notepad, and then you can see all these things have to the written here. Okay, I am here, we have the one space, that one is also a story, that one is also one part of the string, because all these characters of the keyboards will be called the strings characters. Okay, so that one we call the characters, and the collection of the characters will be called the string. Okay, so a space will be called also one character, and the that one is also, that's why that one will be also one part of the string. So here you can see that we have the all these things here of our whatever we have to the written in our program. Okay, so whatever we have, so all these things you can see here. Okay, so let's understand that what's happening all these things in this program. So first of all, we have to the created one file pointer. There is a name is the for our file pointer is a fp. This one is the syntax of the creating the file pointer. Okay, so this is the syntax, bro, so don't think about that. Okay, so this one is a syntax, that is a file, that is a capital letters will be there, and then the file pointer name. Okay, and then must have to the we have the pointer reference, because this is the symbol of the creating the file pointer, or any type of the pointer if we are going to create, then we must have to the this symbol. Okay, and then what we are going to do, we are going to create one characters array of the characters to the reading something, to reading the file name. Okay, because you are going to giving something at the runtime, you are going to create the file, then you must have to give the one file name. Okay, so I hope that you have clarity that. And then what we are going to do, bro, we are going to something writing here, we are going to something inserting in our file, okay, with the help of the fputs function. That is a fputs is a predefined function inside this header file. Okay, so with the help of this one is also one syntax of the creating the file. Okay, in the write mode we have to the created, we can also use the w plus, r plus, and etc. so on. These are, there are mainly 3 types of the modes, but you can also use the different modes. Okay, so I want to see you that what I have to already said to you that what is the meaning of the modes and what is the meaning of all these things in the syntax. And then we have to also discuss that what is the syntax of this syntax, that is what is the meaning of this syntax, that is the fputs. This one is the syntax, bro, that this one is the syntax, a string, this one is the one a string, and then a string file pointer where we are going to store the data. So we must have to give the path. So this one is the fp is going to the take all this data and then store there. Okay, so this one is the point about it. Okay, so after that we have to the check that if an AP is not allocating, then we must have to the got it the message, because this one is the also called the file handling concept, you can also say little bit. Okay, so I hope that you have the clarity all these things in this video, that whatever we have to done. So we have to the open the file and written also file in this file. Okay, so I am just going to erase this. Okay, because this video is going to so long, I think. Okay, about 30 minutes. So after this video we will discuss about that how can we create, sorry for that, how can we write the file and contents in our file, and how can we read the file contents of our file. Okay, so I hope that you have clarity all these things in this video whatever we have done. Okay, so any types of the problem if you have, you can ask me with the help of your comment box. So let's bye, meet you again in the next video with the next level of the programming concept in the C programming world. So let's bye.